having a conversation with a couple of my friends the other day. We was talking about politics. We was talking about how politics affect us in the community. And then we start saying, should you be friends with somebody that don't share the same political ideas as you for your community or for your family? Or should you and that person be friends? Should you and that person have a friendship outside of the political
Politics.
norms? Uh, so I was like, yeah, it's good for I was like, we went into a deep dive into the conversation when all of us there giving our opinions, and I was like, this is great for me to bring it to the podcast. So here we are, bring it to the podcast.
Definitely,
You know?
definitely.
I think you can. I think you can. I mean, there's some people that have their beliefs and different beliefs, and everybody be friends, but it's just that you can't bring what you believe to me. Like, I'm supposed to believe it. You believe what you believe. I believe what I believe. You have your opinion about certain things. I have my opinions about certain things. We can still be cool. We can still be friends. Now, if you're doing too much, then that's when I'm like, all right, you have to draw the line somewhere, because some people is very deep. I'm into politics a little bit, not that deep, but there's people that believe in certain things like to the core, like till the end. And I'm like, no, you crazy. You crazy.
I think, I mean, like you say, I agree to some extent, but not fully. I agree to the fact that you can be with you can share certain views, even if you're on different side. You can share because some things are common sense. Like I might agree with some things on the other side versus the other, but when it comes to somebody that have a different view of
Radical
with you,
thinking.
yeah, it's going to be difficult for you
Yeah.
to be
Definitely
a friend
agree
with
with
that
that.
person. Yeah, because that person, me personally, I probably, we're going to think so differently that we're going to clash all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not going to make sense because that person is not going to see where you're coming from, and they're always going to believe what they believe. So a lot of times it don't even make sense, But
Good point.
you have some people that they have some kind of sense. So even though you might not believe,
Be on the same
Same
page.
page
Yeah.
with when it comes to the politics.
You
Y'all have
still
an understanding and have sense enough to know that this might not be good for you, but it's good for me or whatever.
Exactly.
However
Yeah.
people look at it.
But I do understand the radical, like them crazy ones.
Radical
And
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
we could never. Yeah, I gotta.
I think if you're an immoral person, it's difficult for me to. Cause I struggle with this at times with people that I know who claim to be follow certain politicians, and I struggle with this at times. This is why the conversation came up. It actually came up from me of not talking to one of our friends because he's so radical about this certain politician. So I was like, yo, I can't deal with that dude. But it actually came from that. But when you're I think morality is a good thing and a bad thing. But when you don't have the proper morals for your own community, that tells me a lot about you as a person.
Got you. Yeah.
If your thought of politics is some cockamamie story from over here,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense for me and you to have any type of dialect, conversation, or to talk about anything, because obviously you ain't got any sense, and our conversation is gonna be flawed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're not
That's
open
true.
to listen.
Yeah.
You're not open to listen at
there's no
all.
dialogue.
You can't say, okay, well, we can agree to disagree and think, no, because you don't understand. No, see, wait a minute now. Now you're taking it too far.
And even with that too, just if we have totally different outlook on what should happen for our community, I don't know where our friendship can stand when it comes to that. If me and you can sit down and have a conversation about what we feel like should happen in our community, and I'm over here and you're over here, that's a difficult
Different,
path
yeah,
for me to look because
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look at you in a different way.
Got you.
I can't look at you the same as I look at other people because then it becomes clear to me that you don't want the same thing for my community as I want,
Yeah.
and now
Mm,
now I have to look at you as, you know,
got you.
you're not
You're
that
not
type of
that type
person
of
that should
person.
be around me because you don't, you know,
We don't have the same views.
a lot of people don't look at politics the same, and
They
I think
don't.
that's what messes a lot of this up, and I think it get extremely serious at times. I see a lot of people that they believe in foolishness. They don't do research. They don't have their story put together properly. They don't have a they don't they soliloquy is not complete. So when they're having a conversation with you, they're having a conversation from what they heard Moo said at the barbershop
Yeah.
or something they seen on social media. And when you're talking to them, you realize how lost they really are. And you're like, yo, come on, man.
Yeah, and then I don't understand like how you follow this one person. Like, do you know that he's
Yeah.
damaged our community? Talks
How you
about
get here.
how did you get to like this person? Like, what do you hear that I don't hear?
Yeah.
That's what I be
that's-
trying to understand.
That's the thing with me now. So how can we be so far apart so that we hearing the same thing, but you getting a whole different
Yes.
you blocking what you think is, or you blocking the stuff that I find immoral. So you blocking that and making it moral to you.
Right.
Now,
Which is not moral
now,
at
now
all.
you come immoral to
To
me.
me, yeah, no, that's true. Because you look at it, it's not like, you might have certain things that you disagree on, but you have a lot of stuff in common. But when, like you said, if you're over here and I'm over here, then it's kind of like, what's the sense?
Yeah. That's true.
It's definitely, I would say, a conflict.
Definitely a conflict of
interest.
friendship.
Yeah.
There you go.
They'll say conflict of interest,
Interest,
but
but
I'll
it's
say
conflict of friendship. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm gonna be looking at you like, you really believe
Yeah.
that man?
You know, and I find it hard to forgive people that's destructive to the black community.
Yeah.
I know we have all probably done some stuff to our community unwillingly, unknowingly, and sometimes knowingly, but to the effect that we feel like we're only trying to feed our family.
Yeah.
But when you have the ability to feed your family, to make millions, and then still defecate all over the community, I find it hard
Yeah.
to forgive you for that.
That's true.
You know,
Because you're not for the community, and when
You for
when
self.
when you spread that lies and stuff that's not true and
propaganda.
not doing your research,
Exactly.
it's
Because everything is
unjust.
available.
Yeah, everything is at your fingertips.
Everything
You
is
know,
at your fingertips.
I hate talking to people, and they have no clue what they're talking about, and then they're quick to argue down with you, tell you that they're speaking facts when they don't have a clue what they. Yeah,
Yeah.
All I
and
hear is wah 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 wah.
and I love to debate.
Yeah.
You know, and you get loud, we can get serious, but it means nothing to me when the debate is over because I don't take any of it personal.
It shouldn't be personal because it's you're debating about things.
Where I take it personal now is when our moralities clash.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, yo, this person you really
But
think like this?
should I even be
Yeah,
talking to
for
this
real.
person?
Do you really
Yeah.
think like this?
Yeah.
What kind of you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
for
true.
the most part, my friends agree that we probably shouldn't be friends with somebody in the opposite. Well, when they're radical.
When they're radical.
Yeah, we
Because
we
they
have
do
common
have
sense.
those.
Yeah,
They do have, like, let's say, like, remember I was telling you about the story about when I was in the car speaking to a guy that was Republican, and I do see certain things that he was saying,
Of
and
course,
that's an
'cause
understanding.
I agree with a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
Republicans do.
But when you
But
just
overall,
out
overall,
radical and you
yeah.
believe, like, you is crazy, and there's something
Like-
literally wrong with in your head.
There's common sense Republicans that I can see myself
course.
sitting down and listening to. Chris Christie is one of them. I say that all the time. John Cusack is one of them. You know, even Jeb Bush. Jeb Bush was a common sense Republican, even though some would say he stole the election for his brother. You know,
But he's
but
made sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
common sense stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, when it comes to this super radical, crazy stuff that's going on in the country, and you agree with it, that's difficult for me to, you know.
I get what y'all saying though.